I met our final honoree at our second dance-off event. Marge LaPresti, who's a past Partner in Excellence honoree, by the way, was unable to come back as one of our stage managers, so I came to dress rehearsal and I met Joanne. I had heard her name and seen it on many grants from her days as a media center specialist, but never met her in person. I remember panicking as the show ended. I ran to Marilyn and Ryan and said, one more time, how do I say this name when I thank her? I have since learned. As I said, she was in the media centers at Hammersholt and East Brunswick High School. When we saw Joanne's name on some cool grants like Tech for Tots, David Adler Comes to Bauman Rose School, and Help Us Grow with High-Low, among many others. But as principal, she's moved into a supporting role on these grants. Joanne is a great influencer. We get the best bulletin board for Apples for Education when we need one at Irwin School. When there's a grant submitted that she's excited about or wondering if it needs a little push to get through, whenever I see her, we go into the typical, hey, Mr. L, yes, Mrs. C, hey, I want to tell you about this cool grant for a mobile classroom, and she goes on to tell me all the attributes of her grant. She wants to get my feeling on how it's going to be received, and it's usually a good reaction. But the best part about those interactions is that the conversations went on longer. I got to see Joanne in action as a principal, like the time we brought a Harlem Wizard to Irwin School. One of the younger kids, probably in kindergarten, had a bit of a meltdown, and Joanne calmly and caringly escorted the student out of the gym so the rest of the class could enjoy the program. Joanne loves what she does and has a passion for kids and education, and that shows all over Irwin School, which is one of the reasons I love to go into that building. She and I have also had some long, but neither exhaustive nor exhausting conversations about leadership, as she has developed her style and grown into a leader of Irwin and a leader in the community and district. And somewhere along the line, I made a friend. All that aside, you have to admit, it's a tough name to have at the helm of an elementary school. See what I mean?
How do you say your principal's name?
Mr. Chmielowicz.
Miss Chmielowicz.
Miss Chmielowicz.
Say the principal's name.
Mrs. Chmielowicz.
Miss Chmielowicz.
Miss Chmielowicz.
Mrs. Chmielowicz.
Who's the principal of Irwin School?
Miss Chmielowicz.
Mrs. Chmielowicz.
Miss Chmielowicz.
Chmielowicz.
Mrs. Chmielowicz.
Mrs. Chmielowicz. Congratulations, Mrs. Chmielowicz.
Congratulations, Mrs. Chmielowicz. Congratulations, Chmielowicz. Congratulations, Miss Chmielowicz. Congratulations, Mrs. Chmielowicz. Congratulations, Chmielowicz.
Congratulations, Joanne, Mrs. C. Chmielowicz. So glad to have you as our partner in excellence.
Thank you, Jack. I think they did a pretty good job, all things being considered, that there's about like 27 vowels in that last name my husband adorned me with 27 years ago. So, good evening, and thank you so much to the East Brunswick Education Foundation for this recognition. I'm humbled and honored to be here to speak with you this evening. The EBEF is an organization near and dear to my heart, and I see its positive influence and impact at Irwin School every day. The EBEF's generosity to our schools of over $2 million has made a lasting impact on the lives of thousands of children, and I'm so grateful for their work. Congratulations to my fellow nominees, Jane Mueller, a true treasure of the East Brunswick community, and my friend, Leslie Anderson, an amazing human being and the best chemistry teacher in the world. I'm humbled to be nominated with such fine women. Congratulations as well to our Hall of Fame inductees for your contributions and dedication to the East Brunswick community. I feel incredibly lucky to be here to speak to you this evening. I've been thinking a little bit about luck and the many ways that you can describe it. Not many people will look at the events of 2020 and think about luck, but I think we can find some luck even in the most trying times. The Merriam-Webster Dictionary defines luck as to prosper or succeed, especially through good chance or good fortune. Although I think this is a pretty good definition, I ask you to bear with me as I offer my own definition of luck. Luck is having the privilege of having worked in many different schools in East Brunswick over the years. I've worked with so many incredible people, many of whom have become my dear friends. A group of people who have inspired me, changed me as an educator, and have shown me what it takes to be a top-notch teacher. When you work in East Brunswick, you really do work with the best teachers and support staff around. Luck is waking up every morning to the best, hardest job you've ever had, well, aside from parenting maybe. A job that is never the same 2 days in a row, but is always focused on one central mission: to make positive, meaningful impacts on the lives of the children, faculty, and staff that enter the doors of Irwin every day. Being a principal has taught me so much and given me many more gifts and valuable lessons than I can possibly express. Luck is having a front office staff and security team that looks after all the details that make the school building run like a well-oiled machine. And in their spare time, they also look after my personal well-being, which is such a gift, and I appreciate that care more than I can express. Luck is having a principal and administrator tribe who work collectively to ensure that every child in East Brunswick has an outstanding educational experience. They're also a group of friends who understand that sometimes, but not very often, even the principal has a bad day. And in those moments, they can be counted on to swoop in with compassion and support, and occasionally on Friday nights, maybe a little socially distanced wine. Luck is having 400 students come into our school, both in person and online, every day. Our students come from all walks of life, beliefs, and backgrounds, and they bond together to form a community of learners who are just as focused on being good people as they are in becoming the best educational versions of themselves every day. Luck is also watching them grow as people, to become more responsible, more independent, and most of all, more confident as scholars. Luck is also walking down the hallway and getting stopped every couple of feet because a student wants to give me a virtual hug or an elbow bump, or they just want to talk to me. Such as one day last week when one of my students said, "I love you, Mrs. Chmielowicz," and the next one said, "You know, you wore those shoes yesterday, you know." I love those moments so much. Luck is having an incredibly supportive PTA and parent community who work as our partners. No matter what we ask for, we are blessed with parent partners who seek to support us. How lucky can a person be to work with families that support, nurture, and love their kids, and then let us borrow them for several hours a day to do the same? Luck is having a teaching staff that you get to work with every day who comes together as a true family. A dedicated faculty and staff that make a difference in the lives of our students. They are professionals that do their best, no matter the effort, who never cease in their relentless pursuit of high-quality instruction and social and emotional support for our students and for one another. They've also become a faculty who no longer flinches or groans when I say, "I had this crazy idea." For example, I might say something like, "Hey guys, we're in a pandemic. Let's build a new way of teaching in just 3 days." No matter the request, this staff continually rises to each challenge and blows me away with their excellence. For most people in education, 2020 has already been the most challenging of our careers. But I will tell you this, if I have to go through a global pandemic, then these are the group of teachers I want to go through it with. They are also a community of people who build one another up when times are hard, and they provide a level of support and loyalty for one another and for me that I have never equally experienced in my 30 years in education. I walk away every day proud to be their partner in Irwin School's mission. I love you guys. Exceptional luck is the one that comes from having a family that loves and supports you no matter what. even when I tell them I'm going back to school for the umpteenth time. A family that understands the long hours and the nights I have to be out and all the takeout food that comes with being the family of the principal. But most of all, Luck is being blessed with the two best children on planet Earth, and who make me proud to be their mom every single day, and a husband of almost 27 years who may say, "Lucy," when I have my next harebrained idea, but who is also a never-ending font of support, encouragement, and love. Jack, Maddie, and Henry, I love you guys so much. Thank you for loving me. So with my apologies to Merriam-Webster, my own definitions of luck describe a very clear picture. My experiences as a member of the East Brunswick Public Schools community is an embarrassment of riches. I am, by every definition of the word, a very lucky woman indeed. I thank you again for this honor and for your presence both in person and virtually tonight. Thank you.